I get a lot of questions about your wealthy Achilles heel. What is it? Why should you care? How to identify what your wealthy Achilles heel is? And here's the thing that I need you to know. Everyone has at least one, because we're always going up a level. New levels, new devils, right? So there's like this, no one is exempt from a wealthy Achilles heel. What makes the biggest difference is knowing how to identify your wealthy Achilles heel and how to cure your wealthy Achilles heel, because then you are unstoppable. When we don't even know how to identify a wealthy Achilles heel and we're not willing to cure it or don't even know how to cure it, then that's where these vicious cycles keep rinsing and repeating in different and similar ways throughout your whole life. And you're so frustrated and you're like, will it ever happen? Whatever that thing is that you're like, will this ever happen? And so this is so powerful, because when we can really identify this, everything changes. A lot of times we're so afraid of something, but it's not the actual goal that we're afraid of. Why would we go after it, right? Why would we pursue it if we were truly afraid of that thing? That doesn't logically make sense. So what you're actually afraid of is the big boulder standing in your way. It feels daunting. It feels frustrating. It feels exhausting. And that's the big thing that we fear. It's not receiving what's on the other side. We want what's on the other side. It's just kind of like but that's so much work, right? I'm so tired, whatever it may be. But you really want the thing on the other side. So it's like, then it's about a choice. Are you willing to really work on your wealthy Achilles heel so that you can have that thing that's on the other side and so much more? Because again, new levels, new devils. But when you can get so good at working through this, that's when you really wealthy leap so much faster. So shout out to Kristen Rourke with Busy Mom Bod for sponsoring this episode today. She is on a mission to help moms feel happy and healthy. And as we know, health is wealth, and they do go hand in hand. So check out Kristen and everything that she's got going on. She is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to all things healthy living, especially if you are a busy mom. So check her out, give her a follow, say hi, tell her that I sent you. She is a near dear friend and just a total badass. So you'll just love following her. So what is a wealthy Achilles heel? It is why I've named it your Achilles heel, because it's the bane of your existence. It is that broken record that just keeps playing over and over and over and over again. Typically, it's something that you are doing or you aren't doing that does not get you closer to your wealthiest, healthiest, happiest life. But yet we keep doing it or not doing it. And we're just so frustrated, right? We're so frustrated, but yet we're in the narrative, right? Like we're the villain in this story. And it can almost feel impossible to get out of that villain energy, but you really want to. And so this is typically one thing that is also then creating a lot of other domino effects, okay? That again are not getting you closer to your happiest, healthiest, wealthiest life. So you most likely have a handful of them, but there's the one that's the main one, and then all the other ones are underneath it. Like if you think about a boulder, it's the outer ring, right? And it's so thick, but then there's a lot of like little like rocks and pebbles in the inside. So when we can identify the actual big one and cure that, this is where you're going to like double dip, because then there's so many other little ones. Okay. So immediately when I say, what is a thing that you're either doing or not doing that is not getting you closer to your happiest, healthiest, wealthiest life. I'll give you some examples because people that I work with love examples. It gets like the juices flowing. I think a lot of times when we're asked questions like that, we're like, now I just drew a blank and I don't know what to say. So for example, if you are continuing to smoke a pack of cigarettes every single day, and as you're smoking the cigarettes, you're like, I probably should not be doing this. I'll quit tomorrow. I understand how addicting cigarettes can be, right? Well, I guess I don't because I've never smoked a cigarette, but I can empathize that I know that there's like nicotine in them. So they are addicting. So that would be an example of a wealthiest, Achilles heel because you're doing it all day, every day. It's costing you money. It's costing you time. It's costing you your lungs. And you're totally out of alignment because you keep saying that you're going to quit, or it's not that bad, right? We love to sell ourselves on things that are not that bad, but yet they do feel bad type of thing. And this requires a level of extreme honesty with yourself. Like you don't need to go blast it out on social media, but is so freaking important, like so important. So that would be an example of a wealthiest Achilles heel because again, the little pebbles it's costing you time, right? That you probably say that you don't have. It's costing you money that you probably say that you don't have. And it's costing you your lungs, which is your health. And it's probably draining your energy. It takes away from your glow. It takes so many things away. A lot of times you get the munchies, and then you're, eating things that don't feel good to you. And it's just like putting a Band-Aid on everything. And so our actions and our words are completely out of alignment, but yet we keep doing that thing all day, every day. So that would be an example of a wealthiest Achilles heel. Another example would be if you keep saying that you're going to go to the gym, maybe we even have a gym membership that we're paying for, but we're not going. Okay, so that would be something that we say that we're going to do, but we don't do. So the smoking was a doing example, and the not going to the gym is an example of something that we're not doing, but we keep saying every single day or a lot of times, I'm going to go. Maybe it's even in our calendar. Maybe we even show up at the gym, but then one little thing happens and we turn around. But you're like, I know that this is the thing that would literally support me. And so when we can identify that big one, right? That big one. And we can go all in and put all of our energy, our resources, our support into that wealthy Achilles heel. You are unstoppable. Too often we're focusing on the destination that we want, which is important. We want to know where we're going, but then we're not looking at this big ass boulder of this is a boulder. I need to plow through this. Here's how I'm going to make that happen. And we just kind of keep hitting our head against the wealthy Achilles heel boulder, expecting it to roll over, and it's not. And then we get a headache, and that's just not cute. And then we're just so frustrated. And if you don't identify what the boulder is, then you're just like, oh, maybe I'm not meant to be wealthy. Maybe I'm just meant to be broke. Maybe I'm not meant to lose this weight or feel amazing or be happy. And you convince yourself and you sell yourself on that, but yet you were hitting your head on the boulder. You just didn't know what the boulder was, or maybe you do know what the boulder was or is, but you're too afraid to admit it to yourself, right? This is why extreme honesty is so freaking important, because then we can actually do something about it. Again, you don't have to stand naked in front of the whole world, but stand naked in front of yourself. This is what I call the naked method, and strip away all the Band-Aids and all the masks and be so brutally, not even brutally, I don't love that word. So be so lovingly honest with just yourself and be like, yeah, the smoking's got to stop. Or I'm so exhausted about saying that I'm going to go to the gym and I'm not. Or start the business, but I never, start the business. Or maybe for you, your house feels like a disaster, but yet we're not progressing and getting it organized and clean, right? So there's this big boulder in your way. And when you knock this one down, literally there's fireworks, there's sunshine, there's confetti, there's your favorite drink on the other side. There's like literally everything that you desire is on the other side of this boulder, including your loved ones, including your wealthiest self, including even things that you don't even know that you desire yet, because when we're so foggy and in our stories, we can't even see and feel and connect to our wealthiest self on a level that we can when we're on our way there, right? And getting really clear. It's almost like when you're driving to a trip and you're getting so much closer to the trip. Like, do you know that like suspense and energy? You're like, oh my gosh, we're almost at the beach, or, you know, we're almost there. I cannot wait. That feels so much more exciting than when the trip is like 20 months away type of thing, right? It's still exciting when it's 20 months away, but then it's kind of like, oh, it's 20 months away versus when it's 20 minutes away and you're like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so excited. So the only way to get to it being 20 minutes away is to knock down this boulder, right? If not, even if you change a goal, the boulder is going to move with you, right? The boulder will move. It may change a little bit. It may be named something else, but the boulder is still going to be there. And if we've not mastered knocking one boulder down, then how can we knock 2 or 3 or 4 down? So this is something that I teach on and support on, because this is like the holy grail. This is the secret sauce. This is what's really holding you back. It's not you. It's everything that's not supporting you. And when we can get all of that out of your way, you can go so much faster. Imagine me running the full marathon in October with a huge backpack of weights on my back. I could do it, but I'm probably going to be so much more tired and so much slower and also frustrated. Like, why would I do that to myself? That doesn't make any logical sense. That's how you're operating. Maybe not. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but that could be how you're operating right now. Let's just take all of that weight, literally that invisible weight, away from you slowly. Everything is figure outable. Everything, whether it be debt, whether it be smoking, whether it be, maybe we just haven't started the business, or maybe we're afraid to go to the next level of your business or find the love of your life, or whatever it may be. Everything is figure outable when you're willing to figure it out. So are you willing to figure it out? Because all talk does not get you to your wealthiest life. Words are important, but your actions aligning with your words are like the chef's kiss, what we really, really need. So I want you to chew on that, and I want you to think about that, and I want you to identify what it is, and then we'll talk about how to plow through it with all my best tips and tricks. So come back for the next episode and we'll talk all about it. But I need to know what that thing is, because it will really help.